Today we're going to talk about how to solve algebraic word problems. So our first problem, we have two numbers that we're trying to find the value for. We have a larger number and a smaller number. So the way that we'll always start is we'll always create our variables. We'll create our statements based on the first sentence. So the larger number is 4 more than the smaller number. So if I let the smaller number be x, that means that the larger number, since it's 4 more than the smaller, that means the larger number has to be x plus 4. So this is the first sentence. Our second sentence says, if the sum of the numbers is 74, find the numbers. So next I'm going to come over here. Sum means add. Sum of what? The two numbers, x and x plus 4. So x plus 4. It says the sum of the two numbers is 74. Is means equals. And this is supposed to equal 74. So we took the second sentence and we made an equation. This is the format you're going to follow for each one of these problems. First sentence, set up your variables. Second sentence, set up your equation. So from here, we know how to solve this. We combine like terms. X plus x is 2x. Subtract 4 from both sides. 2x equals 70. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 35. So once I get my first answer, I have to pause for a moment and think back. X is 35. What does that mean? What did I let x represent? I have to come back over here. X represented the smaller number. So I know that the smaller number is 35. Now I'm supposed to find both numbers. So how do I find the larger number? Well, the larger number is 4 more than the smaller number. So I take 35 and add 4 to it and get 39. So the two numbers that this problem is talking about are 35 and 39. Okay, the next one we're going to do is number 2. We're going to start over with the same process. We're only going to look at the first sentence to begin. The larger of two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So again, we have a smaller number. I'm going to let the smaller number be x again. The larger number, the sentence says, is 7 less than. Well, remember, 7 less than is a turnaround phrase. So minus 7 is going to go at the end. 7 less than 3 times the smaller. 3 times the smaller is 3x, 3 times x. So that's the first sentence written over here on the left. Our second sentence, if the sum of the numbers is 61, find the numbers. So to find the sum, we have to add these two numbers together. X plus 3x minus 7. The sum, we're told, is 61. So equals is 61. And then from here, we are just combining like terms like we've done almost every day since we've come back to school. X plus 3x is 4x minus 7 equals 61. Then I need to add 7 to both sides. 4x equals 68. My next step is to divide both sides by 4. So I have 68. I'm trying to divide it by 4. 4 will go into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract it off. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down the 8 and start over. 4 will go into 28 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. So the remainder is 0. So x equals 17. Okay, so again, we need to pause for a moment and think about what we have found. X is 17 is what? X is the smaller number. So I know that the smaller number is 17. How do I find the bigger number? I find the bigger number by taking what I got as the smaller number and plugging it in to what I need to use to find the bigger number. So I'm going to take x equals 17 and plug it into 3x minus 7. So 3 times 17 minus 7. I need to figure out what 3 times 17 is. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So this is 51 minus 7. 51 minus 7, we have to borrow. 11 minus 7 is 4. So when we take 7 away from 51, we get 44. So this time the smaller number was 17 and the larger number was 44. Okay, the next one that we're going to do together is just like the first two that we did together, except this problem just gives a little bit more context for what the numbers are representing. For this problem, we're looking at 2 scores that students made on an algebra test. The highest score was 42 points more than the lowest score. So we have a highest score and a lowest score. We'll let the lowest score be x because it says the highest score is 42 points more than the lowest. So that's x plus 42. So that's the first sentence. I've set up the variables. When added together, the lowest and the highest score was 154. So I need to add the highest and the lowest score together, x plus 42 plus x, and that's supposed to equal 154. Combine like terms, x plus x is 2x. Then from here, we need to subtract 42 away from both sides. 2x equals 112. Divide both sides by 2. And x is 56. Okay, so we're pausing again. What is x? X is the lowest score. So the lowest score made on the test was a 56. How do we find the highest score? We found the highest score by adding 42 to 56. 42 plus 56 is 98. So the lowest score on the algebra test was a 56 and the highest score was a 98.